Hey guys, it's the Coin Savage, and today we are in for a fun video. I got this £1 bag of world coins from my coin shop, and I paid about $10 for it. So it's just stuff I randomly picked out, just thought it would be cool to make a video like this. I made several videos about world coins, so I'm hoping today we have some good finds in here. And yeah, we will get straight into the hunts. Alright guys, so we're going to be going coin by coin, and we will, I guess we'll just, go coin by coin, I guess. So first up we have a British 1 penny. It's got George V on there, 1921. I don't know if that's a common date, but I see a lot of 1921 British pennies. So, yeah, but anyways, 105-year-old coin. What a great start. Next up, we have British Caribbean Territories Eastern Group 2 cents, 1965. And it's got Queen Elizabeth II on there. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. It's actually the same size as our copper penny right here. So I'm gonna have to do some more research on the British East Caribbean. But yeah, that's actually really, really cool, I guess. Alright, next up we have this right here, the Republic. I'm assuming looks like this might be Chinese. Yeah, because you can kind of make out CHINA. This is 10 cash with the 2 flags on. I'm gonna have to do some more research on for a date on this, but my guess is that this is probably from the late 1910s or early 1920s. But yeah, I know that some early Chinese stuff from this era with English legends can be surprisingly valuable. So I'm gonna have to once again do some more research, and I will get back to you on this coin. Probably I'll edit it and put something down here. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Next up, we have a British 1 penny, 1922, just like that 1921, except it's a year later. Same monarch, same everything. Here's a British halfpenny. Oh, it's even older. It's got Queen Victoria on there. It's actually in great shape. It's got the older portrait of her. As far as date, looks like it's 1896. So very cool. 130 years old, and still it's got some great details. Unfortunately, it's got some blackening. But yeah, that's nice. Next up is a British 1 penny yet again, 1916. So we're getting a lot of older stuff, which is kind of cool. Next up is this. Wait, what is this? Redeemable only by player and only at Desert Inn. Oh, Desert Inn, Las Vegas. I'm gonna have to do some research on this because this looks like it might be a casino token. Yeah, that's kind of cool, kind of neat. Once again, here is 200 pesos from Mexico, 1986, commemorating the 1986 World Cup of Mexico. Looks like it's in decent shape. It's got the eagle on the back. Copa Mundial de Fútbol, meaning soccer world or football World Cup. Yeah, minted in Mexico City with the MO. I don't think you could spend this anymore. I think it was demonetized in 1991, 1992. But still, what a neat coin this is, commemorating the 40-year-old World Cup. If only Mexico would know what happened to them in the 2026 World Cup. Alright, next up we have, looks like we have a couple of Victorian coins. I figured I'd just get these out of the way. We have oh, that's old, 1865, halfpenny. It's got Britannia and Queen Victoria on there, so that's really neat. It's got some damage, unfortunately, right there, but I'm happy finding 160-year-old copper and a 1 penny, 1872. So once again, 2 older coins, British coins. Both are in circulated shape, but super nice to see them. Alright, next up is this coin. This has been eyeing me, Treasure Island. I think this might be for California. Golden Gate International Exposition, 1939. That's kind of old. And look at, there looks like that there's a date in there. Yeah, 1940 looks like it's been engraved. That's super cool. It's got the Golden Gate Bridge. Unfortunately, it's been old. Maybe somebody wore this at one point. What a neat piece of Bay Area history. It's actually super neat, not gonna lie. And it's in decent shape as well, so that's always a plus. Next up is this coin here, 1 sen. This looks like it's from Japan. Meiji era Japan. Yep. Got the dragon. I might have to learn my Japanese system, but this looks like it might be from the 1880s would be my guess, or 1890s. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Here is an older copper. It's a Napoleon III Emperor, 1854 it looks like. BB means it was minted in Strasbourg, France. This is supposed to be a 10 centimes from France, Empire Française. 10 centimes, or 10 centimes. It's in rough shape, but 170-year-old copper, you can't really complain. Next up is this coin here. Looks like it's from China. It's a cash coin. Yeah, but it's in really rough shape. Got some clipping here. But it looks like it might be authentic, which is a good sign. I know they counterfeited a lot of these cash coins. So I'm going to have to do my research, and I'll put like a little caption once again down here. But yeah, I guess this coin just naturally came. 1/4 ruby from India in 1943, and it's got King George V. This looks like it might be silver. I don't know if they had the same 50 or 80% silver in India as it did in Canada or Great Britain, but this definitely looks silver, and it feels silver. It's a small coin, but if it is silver, that'll be a great plus. So I might have to let you know if this is silver, because it tarnishes the same way as silver does. That's a really cool find right there. That's an amazing find. Next up, we've got this coin here. It's from Iran, 1353. So that's probably from the 70s, right before the whole thing in 1979 in Iran. Yeah, and I get this looks like it's a 10 riyals. And I guess one of the good things about Iranian coins is that you can't find them on eBay, so it's always nice to see them in here. But yeah, I don't know who that is. I might let you know. All right, next up is 1896. That's super cool. 1896. One Pfennig from, this is the German Empire. Yeah, that's super neat. I don't see a mint mark on here. Might be a letter E. I don't know, but it's minted somewhere in Germany in 1896. So yeah, before the Nazis, before the Weimar Republic, it had the German Empire. This was minted right in the middle of it, so extremely cool right there. And even if a coin isn't valuable, it's super nice to imagine the history behind it. Like this 1939 British 1 penny, it's common, but right before World War II, Britain was still an empire, and you know, it's all good. It's got King George VI on there. King George V died in 1936, I think, or 1937, something like that. But anyways, this is from the Czech Republic, 1993. It's in super nice shape. Looks like it's almost proof-like. 1 Koruna Česká. I might have to let you know if this is still in circulation today. But whatever it is, it's in super nice shape. Like, almost proof-like. I don't know if they made proofs in 1993, but this definitely looks like one. So once again, I'm gonna have to let you know, but it's a beautiful coin nonetheless. This is from Cuba. Once again, you cannot buy these on eBay, so it's always nice to see them in these lots. 1946. Patria y Libertad. This was minted by the United States, and this is 1 centavo. República de Cuba. Very nice. I know that they had like a lot of inflation in the 80s, 90s, and even today, but this is the 1940s there, so pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Next up, we've got this coin here, 1 centos. Viutva. Or these UFA. So I don't know where this is, but this looks like it might be from Latvia or Lithuania. Definitely one of those two. It's got the horse. It's got the knight on the horse. 1991. When Centos, probably Lithuania, as I don't know. I don't think it was controlled by the Soviets. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give you some information, but I don't think I have any coins from either one of those countries. So I might have a new addition to my every country collection. So that's kind of cool. Here is 5 millions, I think, from Sudan. 1973, it looks like. Looks like it might be an FAO coin. But yeah, Sudan. They're a pretty poor country nowadays. They have a lot of fighting going on over there. But back in the 70s, they made nice coins like this. So it's always fun to see the history. This one might be silver, so I'm gonna have to put that, save that for later. Next up here is a one piece, 1952 from Pakistan. Oh, look at that toning. Yeah, look at that toning on it. Government of Pakistan. 1952 is right after Pakistan became independent. And they were West and East Pakistan. East Pakistan became Bangladesh in the 70s. But yeah, look at that. Government of Pakistan, one piece, 1952. So this has definitely been demonetized. It's a hold coin. I think that was as struck. But yeah, look at that toning on it. It's rainbow toning. It looks way better up in person than it does on camera. I'm gonna have to say that. Next up looks like another French Tencent teams. Looks like another BB or Strasbourg Mint and Pierre Franches. 1855 it looks like. Napoleon III. He was the nephew of Napoleon. So that's pretty neat. Anyways, here is this coin here. Looks like it's in a mint set. 1969 Canada 10 cents. I think Canada stopped silver in 1968, so this isn't silver, but once again, it's in the mint set, so it's in really nice shape. If I take it out of here, it's going to be even nicer, so that's pretty cool. Definitely not that high value, but definitely high grade, so that's really cool. Let's actually zoom out a bit. Next up is a 1 shilling, 1924. It looks like it's British. George V. Looks like it's 50% silver, because that's, yeah, I'm gonna have to give you the information on Britain silver, but this coin definitely feels like it's silver. It looks like it's silver, but it's in terrible shape as well. But still, pretty happy about it. It's also over 100 years old regardless, so that's really nice. Here is Norwegian 5-4. That's supposed to be age. That's supposed to be Asian and a 7, so King Haakon the 7th. 19. Let's see, what year is that? 1919. It looks like 5-4. Feels like it's iron or zinc. So like World War I era metal definitely. So that's really cool. Here is a 1955 South Africa quarter D or quarter penny, so a farthing. And it's actually in pretty nice shape as well. It's still got some luster left on it. Got Queen Elizabeth on there. That's pretty cool. Here is a 1918, so World War I. France 10 centimes. It's got République Française with whoever that is. I'm gonna have to let you know as well. That's actually kind of cool. 1918. So once again, well over 100 years old at this point. Here is 5-or, 1899. I don't know where this is from. My guess this is from Sweden. Or maybe Norway. Probably Norway, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna have to let you know more about this coin. It's actually in decent shape for being from the 1800s, you know? Anyways, next up is in 1942, Denmark. 5 ore. Right in the middle of World War II when Germany invaded Denmark. Or I don't know when Germany invaded Denmark. I might have to put some of that info down here. But anyways, next up is the US wheat penny, American wheat penny, 1942, so middle of World War II as well. Nothing really that special about it. Here is another Chinese cash coin, and I'm just gonna pull all of these out of the pile so that way like we could take a look at them. These all look like that these might be authentic but in low grade. These are like, you know, definitely Qing Dynasty, so 1600s to early 1900s. But yeah, super cool on that. No, I think that's like our 5th one, and I see our 6th right here. Looks the same as the rest of them, so that's pretty neat. Let's actually move on to the interesting stuff. Here's an Iranian 5 reals. It's got the lion here, symbol of Iran. 13, I think that's supposed to be a 4 and then a 2, so maybe like 1960, definitely in the 60s would be my guess for when this coin was made. That's kind of cool. Here is a Bundesrepublik Deutschland, so West Germany, 1968 1 Pfennig, F mint. I don't know where this is, but it's West Germany, so, you know, the allied part of Germany, but these are extremely common to find. Though not 1968, I see some of the earlier years and some of the later years, but anyways, that's neat. Here is a 2000 D Sacagawea dollar from the States. So you could spend this as a dollar, so that's a plus given I probably paid 10 cents for this coin. And that's a nice profit. Alright, next up we have, what's this? This looks like it might be a blank planchet for a penny. Where did that wheat penny go? Because I saw it somewhere. Oh yes, here it is. Yeah, it doesn't look like it has a raised rim yet. This looks like it's a piece of metal that's been cut but never anything put on it. I'm gonna have to let you know, but this looks like it's a blank planchet for a copper penny. That's pretty nice. Here's an 1897 1 Pfennig. J Mint, I don't know where that is, but it's still pretty cool. Got the heraldic eagle on the back. From the German Empire again, the Reich. Here's a pretty nice 1979 République Française, 2 francs Polynesia francs. So that's pretty cool. French Polynesia. I don't know where that is. That might be like Tahiti, Samoa, somewhere like that. What am I saying? I'm American. I've got a bad sense of geography, but it's definitely in the Pacific Ocean in Polynesia. And it's almost 50 years old and in great shape, so that's really cool. Here is a 1 cent 5-bit. I'm really curious because I don't see that many places that have this design, 5-bit. Dansk West Indies, so Danish West Indies, 1913. That's amazing. I don't know where that is, but dang, 1913 from Danish West Indies. I didn't even know that the Danes had colonies here in the West Indies until, what am I saying, here in the Americas until I did some research a few months back. So it's really cool that I'm finding a coin from there here. I don't know if I have a coin from Danish West Indies, but all I know is that this coin, it's neat. Next up, this looks like it might be from the Ottoman Empire, 1327 5 of something. This is actually, no, this is from Egypt. Yeah, year 4, so I think that'd be like 1912, I'd like to say, was when this coin was minted. I'll put some information down here. Anyways, here's a Japanese, looks like it might be a 5 cent would be my guess. And I don't know the year, so I'll put it down here. Here's a Canadian 1 cent from 1919. They stopped making the large cents and made the small cents starting in 1920. Alright. What's this? I'm kind of curious. Utilise únicamente en vendedoras Pepsi Cola. Tome Pepsi Cola. Is this a token for Pepsi Cola? And in Spanish, probably. I'm definitely gonna look into this coin. I'm gonna give you some info down here. But yeah, that's really cool. Here's a 1948 British penny. It still has Ind Imp, implying that Britain hadn't acknowledged the independence of India yet. That is a fascinating piece of history. Here is an 1898 Netherlands 1 cent. It's reeded edge, and just in decent shape, so that's pretty nice. And it's like 1800s. Here's 1851. Wow, that's old. Where is this? Leopold Premier Roi des Belges. The Union fait la force. 5 cents with the lion on there, and it's in great shape. Constitution 1831. 1851. Unfortunately, it looks like it has some slight damage, but man, this is a great shape, and it's a large copper coin, and it's over 175 years old. That's amazing. That is indeed amazing. What a find right there. Here is an 1894, looks like. 1891, looks like. 2 ore from Denmark. Christian IX. He was the ruler of Denmark. Here's a 2 ore from 1866. Wow, that's way older than I expected. Carl the 15th, Sweden. Oh, this is from Sweden. Really cool. 1866 from Sweden. So that's a super cool piece of history. I don't know if it has any value, but it's like 1800, not just like 1899, like actually deep into the 1800s. That's kind of cool. Here is a 1940 British penny. Pretty worn, unfortunately. Next up, we have a 2 Ngui. Like it's in nice shape. Zambia. Wow, Zambia. That's in like Southern Africa in 1983. That's pretty cool, and it's in great shape as well. It's definitely not a high value coin, but it's a cool coin nonetheless. With it looks like the bird. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but it's a neat design. Here is a Nazi German, Third Reich, 1943. 10 Reichswenig. Probably a World War II officer brought this home. That's kind of cool. Here's a Victorian, really worn. Looks like it's a half penny, 1861, so that's really old, over 160 years old. That's really nice. And I'm going kind of fast on these, but it's just like there's so much to cover. I'm probably only like halfway through. So this is going to be a long video. Apologize for that. Here's a 1 ore from 1910 from, I'm assuming, Denmark. Yeah, Denmark right there. Here is a 50 Reichspfennig. A mint is Berlin, Germany. 1935 from the Deutsche Reich, or the German Reich. So right when the Third Reich of Germany would take over, and the failed painter would make his move. Here is the Bailiwick of Jersey. Jersey, that's like those are a couple of islands off of England. 1 penny, 1990, so it's a modern coin, but it's in decent shape, and it's not from the UK, it's like actually from one of the Channel Islands of Great Britain, if you will. So that's really neat. Here is an 1872, that's actually nice shape. Look at that portrait of Ceres. République Française. A mint is Paris. Liberté, Égalité, Fraternity, or Liberty, Equality, Brotherhood. 5 centimes. But yeah, that's a beautiful coin. Great details, great everything. Always a plus. Here is a 1945 francs from France, right when the Nazis invaded them. It took them only like a month to conquer all of France. But before then, they had made these beautiful coins. They're also quite heavy as well. Quite large, heavy coins out of aluminum brass. So really nice there. Here is an Iranian 2 reals. Looks like 2537. I have no idea when this would be. Probably in the 1970s or 1980s, just based on like the design before the whole takeover. And same thing as this one here. 1343. So that would probably be in the 60s before the whole 1979 takeover thing. Next up, we have the scalloped edge coin, George's Sextus or George VI. Cyprus. Oh, Cyprus. That's in the Mediterranean. Half piastre in 1949 when it was under the British. This one's in decent shape. That's kind of cool. It's really neat, actually. Here is a medal, looks like, or a token. Verger à l'Infint, Collégiale de Saint-Paul, Collection Nationale Monet de Paris. So that's actually really cool. Limited edition 2003, so quite modern. Sorry about that, but anyways, it's a modern medal, but it's got such great artwork, such great detail. I don't know if they made these in the mint sets or if they just made these as like a medal, but that's kind of cool. I don't know how much it's worth, but all I know is it's pretty neat. Next up, we have Mont van Curaçao, 1947. One sense to this would be in the Dutch West Indies right after World War II. You know, and this would also be Suriname, which was a Dutch colony on the northern coast of South America. So that's actually pretty neat. Here's another one pfennig from West Germany. J Mint, 1949. Nothing too special about those. Let's get all these coins back here. First up, we've got a Sphinx. This is definitely Egyptian. 1957. Oh, this is really cool, actually. It's a nice shape as well. I'm gonna have to let you know more about this coin if it's valuable, but all I know is that it's pretty cool. And I've actually got a fun challenge for you all. Count how many times I say pretty cool in this video. Here's another 1861 British penny. Another Iranian coin, 1345, so in the 60s probably. This is Italian, 10 centesimi, 1867. I think the T means it was minted in Turin, Italy, so that's actually really nice, and it's 1800s. Here's a nice 1952. Yeah, look at that luster. Republic Österreich 5 shilling. It's aluminum, but it's a large coin. Look at that reading. Look at that. Beautiful. Next up is in 1921, Commonwealth of Australia, 1 penny. So they became a Commonwealth in 1901, and then they featured the British monarchs on their coin to this day. So they got George V, as he would have been the monarch in 1921. Here is an Iranian coin again, 5 reals. Oh, what's this? 5 francs, 1945. Louis II, Prince de Monaco. So Prince of Monaco, wow. Monaco's in the southern part of France on the Mediterranean. And they're known for being a wealthy country, but 1945, I wonder what they were known for, because I don't think they have the Monte Carlo or the Monaco Grand Prix yet, so I'm just curious, like, what this coin could have bought you. But yeah, that's super cool. Older Monaco, it's all good, you know? 1949 German 50 pfennig from West Germany. Or maybe this is, actually no, this is definitely West German. Anyways, here is a 10 pfennig from the German Reich, 1920, right after World War I, made out of zinc. And zinc World War II Danish coin. That's kind of cool. I'm actually going to save this one for later. Here's a World War II era Japanese coin. So that's really cool. I'm just going to go quickly. Here's a nice 20 francs from France from 1950, right after World War II. Yeah, this is 50 paisa maybe, 1964 from Pakistan, I'm assuming. But yeah, that's a nice coin. Alright, next up. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. It is Casinos de Monaco, Monte Carlo, that's Monaco. the Monte Carlo Casino that's in Monaco, and it's a nice medal. So I don't know when this would have been made, probably not too long ago. Here is another Iranian coin, 2537 yet again. A Canadian small cent, 1936. A wheat penny, 1952, Denver. We're getting to the last of the coins here, so I just kind of want to finish them. Here is an Indian, British India, 1 Anna, 1944, so that's really cool. King George VI, shortly before their independence in 1947. Here's an 1875, oh, it's got some punch marks, unfortunately. Half penny, that's British, so 150-year-old coin. Really cool. Here's a uncirculated Guyana. Wow, I don't think I have any Guyana coins in my collection. 1989, 1 cent, so modern, but still really cool. Here is a British 1 penny from 1939, right at the start of World War II. George VI yet again. Here is a Canadian large cent, 1915. George V on there, so that's really nice. Here is a 5 rupiah from Indonesia, 1970. Yeah, beautiful uncirculated coin. Got a bird on the back and it's aluminum, but it's a larger coin. Actually, let's go this one right here. República Dominicana. Oh, this looks almost proof like 1991. 25 centavos, so 25 centavos, almost proof like 1991 Dominican Republic. Great shape right there. Let's go this one next. 1 penny, Commonwealth of Australia in 1933 with George V on there. Looks like it's got great details as well, so that's always a plus. Here is 20 centavos. República de Chile. 0.5. This might be silver, actually. Definitely sounds like it. Definitely feels it as well. I'm gonna give you some information, and I will be. Well, I was gonna say I'll be right back. Let's put the information down here. Here's 50 cents. 1923 Congo Belgique. How cool is that? It's got King Albert of Belgium, and it's actually in decent shape, other than some gunk on there. Beautiful coin, and it's such good history. This would have circulated in what's now the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Finally, oh, we ended up on a banger. Britannia Ray, 1853 British penny. It's a huge coin. Got the young head of Queen Victoria. Less than 20 years into her reign, but it's damaged, unfortunately, but it's still super nice to get huge copper like this from the 1800s to end it off. What a banger. Anyways, guys, this turned out to be a great hunt. There was just so much history in all of the coins, and, you know, this is why you should always search bulk world coins if you get a chance to. And yet, we found silver, we found history, we found tokens, you name it. Man, this turned out to be such a great hunt. Anyways, guys, if you like this video and you want to see more of them, check out some of my other videos. Or if not, just check out whatever YouTube recommends to you, like that video right here or that video right here. But remember, guys, they're still out there for you to find. Peace.